Yes, I am recording another one. Yay! Sorry, I was eating queso. Um, cheese, cheese. Um, I I recommend if you have uh, hang on, I'm trying to think of them. Taquitos and queso cheese. Try it. It's really good. You dip the not tortillas, tor- taquitos into the cheese and make sure you cook the taquitos in the oven so it has that crunch, or the air fryer. I haven't tried the air fryer, but it might give that crunch too. But I have done it in the oven. So, yeah, it's really good. I have currently have my cat named Dan. His name is Dan. Sitting on my shoulder because he wants attention. Yeah, alright. So, we're reading another chapter of Cat Black Cats Are Bad Luck, and So Are You, Kid, by Holly42069. Chapter 4. Isaiah hung up the phone with his husband and rubbed the bridge of his nose and sighed. His husband claimed that their new cat, Hazel, had responded to both him and Airy when they spoke with a nod. The man groaned and took a deep breath, tilting his head up to the ceiling and begging the gods. He didn't believe in them, but he needed strength at the moment. For strength. Takachi walked into his office where Aizawa stood, begging for mercy on him, and laughed softly. That bad? He's gone crazy. Oh? Aizawa turned to the man. Apparently our cat is trying to talk to us. Oh, the new one? Yes. Apparently he nodded to him and Airy when they talked to them. I'll give you a pair of handcuffs if you need to get him away from whatever he's reading. Nah, I'm good. I have these. Um, Aizawa gestured to his capture scarf, and Takachi snorted and grinned. Shinbari? I think that's how you say it. Takachi, I swear to God, Izuku finally got his teacher's attention, or at least got one of them. The blonde kept questioning him. Are you a quirked animal? Izuku shook his head. Are you sentient? Izuku shrugged, picked um picked up his shoulders could, as much as he could. Kinda hurt. Are you a god? Izuku glared at the man, shook his head, and slammed his pole on his face in disapproval and exasperation. What are you? Izuku meow. I would tell you if I could, Mr. Yamada. The blonde hummed and sighed. Right, you're a cat. Can't talk. The man hummed and began to think. After a while, he perked up and looked at Izuku again. Can you read? Izuku urgently nodded. The blonde grinned and ran into their bedroom. Eri sat beside Izuku and picked the cat up again and cuddled him. You're a special kitty, Hazel. Izuku shook his head and looked up at a now confused girl. No, I'm Izuku, Eri. The girl tilted her head at him, confused. The blond man came back into the room with his laptop and it opened a Word document. Here, Hazel, type in here. Um, Izuku sighed and reached a paw over to type, but when he pressed a key, all the keys around it were pressed. He felt his teacher stiffen and try not to giggle, but Izuku sighed, slamming his face onto the keyboard. All Izuku wanted was to talk to them, but some higher power stopped him. Oops, sorry, Hazel. Maybe when we go back to school, I'll see if I can talk to Mezu. Well, that was nice. They were off for another 4 days. If what his teacher, if what he heard from his teacher was correct, Izuku picked up his head and saw the tabs where they were searching for him still open. He began to meow and paw at them desperately. The the blonde was about to question this when the front door opened and a gruff voice called into the house. So, where is this sentient cat? Mr. Yamada picked up Izuku and carried him over to the dark-haired man that um just taken his shoe off. Izuku was lifted to the man's face, and the man sighed tiredly. Hello, Hazel. Izuku meowed at him. Hello, Mr. Aizawa. The man raised an eyebrow and sighed. Hazashi, he's just talkative. The blonde shook his head and turned the cat to face him. No, look, Hazel, can you understand us? Izuku shook his head. Aizawa gruffed. No, Aizawa, huh? That proves nothing. You're holding him. The blonde walked Izuku to the kitchen and sat him on the counter. Okay, Hazel, can you understand us? For one, no, once again. Okay, Hazel, can you understand us? Izuku once again nodded. Aizawa's eyes shot up and leaned in. Hazel? Izuku looked over to him and meowed. Izuku. The man studied the small black cat for a while longer and poked his side. So you can understand humans. You can understand human speech, or you're a quirked animal. Izuku and shook his head. Aizawa narrowed his eyes. Are you a human? Izuku nodded ecstatically. They were getting closer. His teacher's eyes widened in surprise. Okay, so I'm guessing you ran up to me for a reason when we first met. Izuku nodded again, even more ecstati- ecstatic. His teacher seemed to be in deeper thought and stared at the boy harder. Are you missing, child? Izuku nodded again. Finally! The, that child that went missing in the woods a few months back? God damn it. Izuku face planted onto the table with a groan. Both teachers watched him, concerned and confused. They were so close! Okay, I will most likely be reading the next one again, but I hope y'all enjoyed so far, and I will see y'all in the next one. Yes, I know.